Good evening. Welcome to the new party. I'm Nora Christine.
I'm about to give a really unpopular opinion, and I'm sure it's going to be especially unpopular amongst women.
I'm Gray Mars. Break a record by being with 100 men in one day. And right after she was done, she recorded a documentary.
I'm a vegan weed. Call yourself fresh and wear the same weak ass turtleneck on every show. God damn. Then we got goddamn the Sudanese Sambo. Bruh, man.
And I'm Enzo. Bringing up in my lives is they're like, oh well, he's violating the Constitution by having a meme coin and him making money off it in office and everything like that. I was like, if that was the case, like there would be lawsuits up the ass and impeachment in court.
I'm skeptic. Like I always say, don't let anybody trample on your constitutional rights.
I'm Mia. That's not a correct power dynamic in my mind. Typically, the people that are trying to be removed are not in control. That's why they're easily being removed.
Yo, that was fire.
Yeah.
I like that, though. I like that.
The person that's dealt with some people in the industry, I can personally tell you, most of them are bullshit. Most of them got something going on and they crazy, and they will have you. I'm talking about they'll have you crazy.
Yeah, you look professional, bro. You look real professional. In case, like Slim said, it's the beginning, man. We're gonna see more. It's gonna unfold, and
that mean I'm doing my job.
Hey. If we sit there and be old school, we gonna miss the boat. You know, a lot of this kids 19 years old buying houses with Bitcoin, buying Maserati.
Wow.
Disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed on this panel show are those of the individual speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of this channel, its affiliates, sponsors, or production team. This content is intended for informational and entertainment purposes only. Viewer discretion is advised. We encourage respectful dialogue and critical thinking around the topics discussed.
it's gonna come out how it come out. You feel me? Yo, none of this is rehearsed. Everything is off the top.
Vulgar. Welcome to the man cave.
Yo, what's good? Welcome back to the man cave. Another Monday. All right, y'all. We got a full panel tonight. Hey, y'all ain't here. Keep it raw, uncut, unfiltered. Say what's on your mind. Just don't get Gray kicked off. As I always say, y'all know we're going to get to the main event, but we got some Negro stuff to cover first. I'm Vulgar.
I'm Gray Mars.
I'm Enzo.
I'm 85 Slim.
King J.
All right, and I'll let Gray introduce the.
So this me and Doc was deployed in Iraq together. We did a bunch of wild stuff outside of the military too. So Doc, go ahead and introduce yourself. You muted.
How y'all doing? I'm Doc. I deployed with Gray. We probably one of my best friends too. So I'm proud to see that he started this, man. So it's a pleasure to be here with all y'all, man. It's a blessing.
Most definitely. And William, I was messaging William. William is a proud MAGA guy. William, want to introduce yourself and tell them about your TikTok?
I got a TikTok going on, and hey, look, man, you know, I'm a OG, as people might say, and this thing is kind of new for me, but I'm enjoying the hell out of it. One of the things that I like most about it is that you can use your artistic skills, and I think I think that's the most valuable thing you have in TikTok. If you because a lot of it is theater. A lot of it is theater. In fact, most of it is. I mean, although you may be talking the truth, but it's set up. It's just it's a theater. And that's what I'm about the theater. I love the arts. I'm that's my thing. Music, acting, stage, all that. That's my thing. So when I got introduced to TikTok, I could bring all of these things in. And that's just the way I look at it. And then I'm man, on top of that, I'm MAGA. I make America great again. And that, to me, that's the ultimate. That's because I can say that I can talk about that because now and there are other views. There are other views, of course. I mean, it wouldn't be America if there weren't other views. But the MAGA is the permeating idea throughout the country. Make America great. I mean, if you can't, if for some reason you're not on that idea, then what? I would like to hear it.
Well, OG, there's a lot of people in here with different opinions. So
I'm sure. I was hoping you wouldn't invite me to like preach it to the choir type of thing. I love it. I love
echo chamber over here, man.
I love it. Man, please talk to me. I want to hear it.
We'll get to the first topic.
We getting there because King J getting goosebumps. He ready. I see him. I see him down there. All right,
is that what he was? Because I saw him too. Is that what he was getting ready? I watched him. I saw some of his gestures. Go ahead.
All right, so y'all know I'm gonna start bringing something offensive. I think it's funny. I don't care if y'all think it's funny or not, but I'm gonna go ahead and play this little skit, and then we'll get to the first video.
The United States has officially deployed its most reckless and unpredictable unit to the Middle East, the Ultima Team.
Girl, I'm lost. Keisha, guess where I am? Girl, they sent me to Iran. Who's gonna fill in? Girl, that. They got some good ass food here though. Did you not see me? Dead ass. Move. I don't even care for real. Bitch.
Thanks, Chris. Known for their unmatched ability to cause complete havoc in school zones, Walmart parking lots, and Taco Bell drive-thrus.
Y'all lucky I ain't bring Keisha.
The Pentagon has confirmed these drivers were selected based on 3 things: unpaid registration, loud exhaust, and vibes. God help us all.
I should be offended. I drive an Altima.
That's hilarious. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, but Negroes and Altimas drive reckless. I can't even lie.
I wouldn't even say that, bro. It's just anybody who drives an Altimas.
Yeah, they like the slowest cars on the
I
road.
see everybody in Altimas. They flying like 120 down fucking a school zone with no regard for anybody.
Like I said, I drive. When you ever push the gas, it's slow. Like I don't see how y'all drive crazy.
It gets up there after a while. I rented one for a little bit.
What you said, after a while?
Yeah, like it's like 0 to 60 eventually, and then once it hits 60, it's like, all right, we gonna put it up a little bit. The VTEC kicks in. It's like everyone would say.
All right, I don't know if y'all been keeping up. Do y'all know about Island Boys at Charleston White?
Yeah, we know about it.
All right, I will play the video.
Wait.
What happened there?
Like Island Boys?
Basically, some Gen Zs got whooped up by an old man. That's what happened.
Oh my God.
Let me play the video.
Y'all got it. I'll got it.
See, he can't see out his right.
Oh!
Let's go up! Come on!
He's giving up.
He's giving up.
Ain't no timeout.
He's giving up. It's over. Ain't no timeout. Ain't no fucking timeout. It's over.
Ain't no timeout in boxing.
Ain't no timeout. Ain't no timeout.
Ain't no timeout in boxing.
He quit. Let's fucking go!
Whoa! Like trying to figure
Yeah, so I don't know if y'all heard. Basically, the Island Boys, some internet rappers, and Charleston White, internet sensation, kind of been beefing back and forth for a while. So I guess they decided to put on the gloves, which I can respect. But it goes to something I've been saying a lot is like a lot of these Gen Zs, or I don't know if they on pills or what, but they just age quick and are not as durable as the older guys. Yeah, I agree or not?
100%.
100%. I agree.
They're not as active. They're not as active as the old man. Look, when I was coming up, man, we stayed in the streets. We played basketball. I played all the sports. And everybody in the neighborhood played all the sports. All the guys, in the summer we played baseball, then we played basketball, and when it was too cold, we'd be inside playing ping pong. So we were you know, but they don't do it like that anymore. That's you know, and that's not to say it's bad, but it's just not done. You know, you look for them to tire out. You know,
hey, we were crazy. We played tackle football in the snow. Like we waited till it was like 8 inches of snow, and we'd be like, "Let's go play tackle football." That's what we took our coats off.
You from a snowy place? Like,
I'm from Missouri.
Oh yeah, I can dig that.
We played right on the concrete, right in the street.
Yep. That was more flag, but yeah.
No. We played tackle
in the street.
In the street, I got the scars all over my body to prove it.
Cars and all.
Oh, we were wild back in the day.
Turf is not much. Is that artificial turf is not much
worse.
different.
Yeah.
It is.
That's like rug burn.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
tires.
Yeah.
You got somebody else in? I thought I heard somebody pop in.
That was
King James. What King James? Oh, there he is. Hey,
Oh no, I ain't went nowhere.
You got a comment, Gray?
First off, that AI video is getting way too real. As far as Charleston White, I think it was staged. I mean, they fought, but I just think it was just for clicks, just for clout.
Man, that wasn't staged. They were serious. All them haymakers and stuff they were throwing.
That's who we letting represent the young dudes, the Island Boys.
Hell no. We don't claim that.
They better than some of them out here. Mm-hmm. They better than some of them out here. Like,
I'm ashamed to be from the same county as them.
Oh, they from Jersey?
No, they from Palm Beach County, Florida.
Oh yeah, that's right.
They grew up in Royal Palm. I know who those motherfuckers were before they got big.
Wow.
Hell no. We got her. Those two, Catch Me Outside Girl, and then fucking Casey Anthony, all in the same county.
Damn.
Nah, you ain't about to catch me. 23 getting knocked out by a 48-year-old with one eye. I don't know if y'all know Charleston White can only see out of one eye.
Yeah.
But Charleston White been to jail, so he probably he probably had a physical interaction with other men.
You still not supposed to get, he gave up. It wasn't like he got knocked out. It was a technical.
Yeah.
He folded to a dude with one eye. Uncle Ruckus. Come on, man. That boy folded to the real Uncle Ruckus. All right. So for my first, I don't know. You in Jersey, Enzo?
Oh, God. What happened now?
Oh, just the mayor race.
Oh. What? The mayor race or the governor race?
For New York.
Oh, for New York. Okay.
Yep. I thought this was pretty good. I guess Como trying to come back.
Yeah.
Unbelievable, man.
I mean, he ain't do worse than what
Mondani is surging in the polls, fighting for the soul of the Democratic Party against former moderate governor Andrew Cuomo.
The name is Mamdani, M-A-M-D-A-N-I. You should learn how to say it.
According to the betting markets a week ago, in fact, less than a week ago, he had only a 20% chance of winning the Democratic nomination for New York City mayor. Now, it's a near-even race. Mondani, who has backing from AOC and Bernie Sanders, his base of support, very liberal voters, get this, 89% of the vote in their most recent Marist College poll. How about younger voters who, of course, fueled Bernie Sanders? He's getting nearly 75% of their vote. Now, if Cuomo's going to stave off the challenge from Mondani, how's he going to do it? Because of backing from the Democratic establishment, former President Bill Clinton, as well as the dean of the Congressional Black Caucus, Jim Clyburn, are behind Cuomo. Indeed, if Cuomo's going to win, he's going to do it on the backs of black voters. In the latest Marist College poll, he was getting 77% of their vote. If it's wrong and Mondani does better among black voters, well, this is going to be a new day in New York City politics. It will be a shot heard round the United States as well and through the Democratic Party.
Cool. I'll let y'all have this. Y'all probably know more about this than I do.
Enzo, you go first.
Hell no to Cuomo. He did terrible. He let older people die because of COVID and his reaction to COVID. And honestly, I like the other dude just because he was the only one in the race that said, I'm not going to go to Israel and go visit them and see what's going on over there. I want to run our city. So respect to him.
King J.
I'm gonna let the dog fight. The dogs fight. They'll fight. We'll see what happens. I'm sorry, but I don't think he's done anything worse than the man on 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. So whoever wins, wins.
Yeah, like what?
Again, we can get into that later. I'm gonna let somebody make.
Okay, that's fine.
Doc, you muted again.
In defense of Cuomo, because I want to be on the opposite side, how much grace do we give somebody who had to navigate something that happened in COVID, a different time that no one else had been through? I mean, I hate to be the person to say it, but in COVID, it's a scary time. And, you know, I want to preface this by saying, my bad, OG, but who we supposed to let die? You know what I mean? I just want to, be honest.
Say that again?
Who we supposed to sacrifice? The women and children? You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
I'm just being real.
You got
his choices? What was his choices? Like, he like, yo, I can't send them. You know what I mean? He was stuck between a rock and a hard place. We can't send the kids in there.
All right.
Hey, man, it be like that.
Hey, well, you kind of lost me. Hey, man, I'm gonna tell you. I have to tell you, I don't know what the hell you talking about. However,
one of the knocks on Cuomo was that he didn't. The elderly, he wouldn't allow them to go to hospitals and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He left them in
Right.
homes and allowed them to
I
die.
heard about that.
Yeah, but I just
what
don't
did you
get
say
what
about
was
the
his
children.
I said, what was his recourse? He was navigating through a time where it was difficult. No one had ever seen it. He kind of, I kind of got to give somebody grace for doing what they think is best in a situation that nobody really has a roadmap for. You know what I mean? Like, that's just life.
Well, when I think about Como, I don't even think about that. What's regrettable is that they talking about 77% of black people is going to maybe vote for this guy. That is all right. When are we going to let these Democrats go? They have been nothing but harm for us and our communities. Hey, look, I've been around. Hey, look, I'll be 75. In my city, Philadelphia, Democrats run that city. There's been a Democratic mayor there for the past since 1952. Chicago. There's been a Democratic mayor in Chicago since 1951. When are we going to let these Democrats go? When? I don't get it. I for the life of me, I do not get it. I mean, if you read a little bit, and I ain't no historian, and I don't really like to go back. However, I see the same thing being put on us that's been being put on us by these Democrats for the past 100 years. Poor education, drugs, abortion. I don't see nothing. And now they want to bring in. They want to. This thing with. And I don't mean. Hey, look, I don't mean to like hog nothing, but this thing with just the men and women sports and open borders. I mean, this is something new by the Democrats because they got film all on TikTok of how Obama and all them was talking about shutting the border down. You got tape of it. But that today they are open border. Look what Biden did.
Hold on, William. Slim, is this your brother?
Nah, man. I mean, that's the OG going in, man. He basically letting you know how he feel. I feel the exact same way. And like I said, man, I was a Democrat most of my life.
I gotta cut in again. I don't know why only reason we don't feel the same way, all of us are not on the same page, is because we've been split. And I'm gonna tell you something, brother. Hey, look, if you black, you was born a Democrat. If you black, you was born a Democrat. Hey, look, my mother preached to us all this. She used to talk about Roosevelt, my mom. And hey, you know what? I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna shut up. I was working the polls back in, I think it was 91, 92. And I'm working this polls. I was with a local, and we working the polls for a Democrat, right? And I asked myself, I said, why are you a Democrat? I don't know where that question came from. I said, hey, look, that was an unusual question for a young man. At that time, I was crying. So I said, why are you crying? But you know what was even more unbelievable? I didn't know. I didn't know. It took me until like now to figure out we born Democrats. It's in our blood. It's hard to escape it. When you talk,
OG, I'm sorry. I got it, bro. So from all them years, from them YT folks putting that water on your back and them damn batons on your head.
Wait a minute.
That was your biggest conclusion.
Because I'm not sure what you're talking about. When you say
I'm talking about the Jim Crow era when we couldn't vote and all of that good shit.
Democrats was doing that to us.
Who gave us the right? Hold up. Who signed the bill to give us those rights?
Republicans.
You mean Johnson? That racist? They say he used the term nigga all the time. They say Johnson was in the White House using nigga like the brothers.
I don't care what you call me if you give me what I need.
No. But that was a you know what else he said? Them niggas gonna be voting for us for the next 200 years. Political. That was a political.
He also said, hold up, if we're gonna use that, he also said give a black man to look down on, and he'll empty his pockets for you. He said that too. What you talking about?
Hey, bro.
For sure. Slim, did you want to go? Hold on, William. Hold on, because we do 4 topics. Slim, do you want to go for the next topic?
Well, man, I'm just saying, I'm 100%.
Hold on, William. Hold on.
I'm a little one-track mind, especially today, because we living in a very serious time, man. And we can't. This is look. Hey, man, y'all gonna be around, most of y'all. My little days, but then we here right now. That's the most important thing. But you know, if you reason with it, I ain't how much longer I got. But most of y'all got a little time, and y'all gonna see these things.
For sure, William. Okay, for sure.
I'm gonna just say everything William is saying, I'm 100% agreeable with. You know, the bottom line is we stopped listening to our elders. They've been here before us. They know what's up. It's a lot of things that we don't even acknowledge that they try to share with us. But this is powerful to me, man. So I just want to move forward.
Yeah, me too.
All right. My question is, what else? The elders is telling us what to do. It's only 12% of y'all. It's only 12% of y'all. Give me one thing a Republican has done for a black man. Give me one thing. I don't want to hear the abortion thing, because abortion is not really our biggest problem. Our population isn't declining like the YT man's population is. Rapid.
Okay, you asked me.
He freed the slaves.
Look at what
that's
Trump
a big one.
Wait a minute. Who freed
the slaves?
The Republicans.
I'm answering your question.
The Republican Party is built on freeing the slaves.
Look what this Republican
I hate when you talk about this. I hate when y'all say that, but y'all fail to acknowledge the great switch. That didn't happen.
There was no great switch.
There was no switch. I don't know what.
There was no great switch.
And
hold on.
King James, I like you. I like you already.
Great, we good. Let them have it. Let them have it, girl.
We go to
this isn't being taught. So this isn't being taught. That never happened. That never happened. So why did the Deep South turn red all of a sudden when it was blue? Please tell me.
Who turned blue?
The South was dark blue, and it turned red. Why is that?
That's
well, let's go to the next topic.
But I'm going to tell you this.
Because the great switch happened. Come on, man. You got to acknowledge this. This is the problem that I have with elders like you, because you fail to acknowledge that this stuff has happened. Hold up. Give me a second, because I gave you Hold up. Give me a second.
Hold on. I want y'all to have a discussion. but we got to go one at a time. So King J, William, you said something. I'm gonna let King J go, then you can rebuttal. Like I'm cool with the subject, but we just can't all talk at once.
All right, I agree. All right.
So
Forgive
King
my
J,
manners,
get
man.
yours
Hey,
out,
plus,
and then
this is my
I'll let
first
you.
time on a podcast, so you got to forgive my manners, man.
No,
All
you
right.
good. I'm gonna let King J go, and then after King J go, I'm gonna give you a few seconds to rebuttal, and then we're gonna go to the main event. All right, King J.
So he said he don't know why it switched. So all of a sudden that the races that stayed in the South decided that they wanted to be equal with black people, right? That's why it turned red. That's why it turned red, right? That's why I switched. It kind of upsets me because we know that it went from deep blue to red. And we know these the same racist people that stayed in these areas, but you're telling me somehow these people saw the light. They met Jesus and they realized we're equal. And then you're going to say, well, I don't know. But this is the same information you're spreading to the younger generation. That's a problem for me.
Yeah, I didn't know. I got some theories, and I'm going to tell them to you as soon as you let me.
Please tell me why the racists decided to help.
It's been a while ago, but I read a couple of books about the Ku Klux Klan because I was very interested in the Ku Klux Klan. And what a couple of the books that I read was talking about how they started moving north. These people started moving north. That's why they left the South because they knew, in fact, all the black people was coming south. They did a methodical thing with taking over the major cities. Notice all of them: Chicago, Philadelphia, New York, all of them are Democratic run. Detroit, Baltimore. All of these are run by Democrats for the last 75 years. These are them same people. Hey, I'm going to tell you one more thing, and then I'm going to leave. I'm going to give it up. I remember when I was in elementary school, right? This teacher, we were taking some tests. I must have been about 8 years old. And this teacher, this guy come in, this Caucasian or white guy, whatever you want to call him, he came in to give the test. So he interviewing me, right? I'm an 8-year-old child. You know what this, and I know he was a Democrat. He didn't have his button on, but he was full of hate. You know what he said to me? Stop trying to sound so intelligent. Now here's a man come in our school to give us a test, and he telling me, don't stop trying that. Man, I will never forget that. I will never forget that. But these are the people that you talking about. They move north. I'm telling you.
So let me ask you this question. Why is it still black men going down into the South and being hung? Why is it still black men going down into the South?
We've got completely off topic.
Yeah.
Let's get to what we on.
I'm gonna go to the main event, but I want to close
my head. I don't know nothing about that.
I want to close this. I want to close this off with King J. I would advise you to go study the parties without race involved. If you go and you research it without race involved, you will see it had a lot more to do with economics. It had a lot more to do with religion. Kind of the switch. It kind of went from people who wanted less government to people who wanted more government and progression on the Democrat side. Because we see things through a race lens, we kind of feel like
next topic. Let's just get to the topic.
All right.
My bad for getting off on
What's the next topic? What's Maggie's point of view? That's a joke. Come on, man. Nobody thought that was funny.
All right, here we go.
States just attacked 3 of Iran's key nuclear facilities, and here's exactly what went down. At around 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time on June 21st, at least 3 B-2 bombers departed from the Whiteman Air Force Base in Missouri. These B-2 bombers were carrying a total of 6 bunker buster bombs, which only the United States has. Once these B-2 bombers made it across the Atlantic, they were refueled by fueling planes in Europe and other areas of the Middle East. Once these B-2 bombers started getting closer to Iranian airspace, other military fighter jets escorted these B-2 bombers into Iran. This was in case Iran noticed the B-2 bombers and sent military jets of their own to shoot down the B-2s. 3 nuclear bases were hit, but the B-2s were only targeting Iran's largest base, known as Fordow. Fordo is built under a mountain and stretches 80 meters underground. The B-2 bombers dropped the 6 bunker busters, which are capable of detonating roughly 70 meters underground. This completely wiped out the entire facility. As for the 2 other bases attacked, Isfahan and Natanz, the United States had a different strategy for these. The US fired 30 Tomahawk cruise missiles from submarines that were 400 miles from Iran's coast in the Arabian Sea and Gulf of Oman. The Tomahawk cruise missiles are different in that they can't penetrate as deep underground, but they likely destroyed these 2 nuclear facilities as well.
Breaking news, Iran has retaliated against the United States, launching a bombing attack on the American airbase in Qatar. This comes after U.S. strikes over the weekend targeted 3 Iranian nuclear sites, with B-2 bombers dropping 30,000-pound bunker buster bombs in support of a war that Israel launched on Iran more than a week ago.
A few moments later.
We have a ceasefire. Donald Trump has just announced it all of 3 minutes ago, saying congratulations to everyone. It has been fully agreed by and between Israel and Iran that there will be a ceasefire and total ceasefire in approximately 6 hours from now, when Israel and Iran have wound down and completed their progress and their final missions. Trump continues by saying that officially Iran will start the ceasefire, and upon the 12th hour, Israel will start the ceasefire, and upon the 24th hour, an official end to the 12-day war will be saluted by the world. He ends it by saying this is a war that could have gone on for years and destroyed the entire Middle East, but it didn't and never will. God bless Israel, God bless Iran, God bless the Middle East, and God bless the United States of America, and God bless the world.
Cool. Let's see, who want to go first?
Let Slim go first. He didn't really talk.
Oh man, I'm excited, man. I mean, I was a little upset. You know, I just came back from Nigeria, so I was kind of out of the loop with the whole war thing, and I was upset that, you know, he always said he was going to be a peaceful president and he wouldn't go to war, so that kind of hurt me. But when I got back, I literally got back today. I did some research and I seen the reasoning, so I was cool with it. But now that it's a ceasefire, I'm even more excited, man. I just think we're in a good position, and I just think Trump ain't backing down. He's showing, you know, who America is. He's showing that we are strong, and really nobody can mess with us, man. We gotta keep that. I mean, I just believe that's important. You know, if you're American, you understand, man. At the end of the day, we can't be weak, and it's unfortunate. But at the end of the day, when there's talks of a ceasefire, that's also a blessing. So big up to that.
Doc literally called me and said, "Hey, man, I gotta get my thoughts on this. I gotta come on the man cave." So, Doc, let them know what you think.
Let me see. I think, and I have a problem with Republicans and Democrats, but this is my problem with the Republican parties, because I've been to Iraq, and you know I've done it, and you was with me, Gray. You know, you seen me out there, so you know what we did and what went on. I think Republicans, the last couple of Republican presidents have sold the American sons and fathers of our military out for a price to their constituents. Like, it just feels like every time we get a Republican president, there's a problem in the Middle East and of something that isn't our business. You know, an Israel issue isn't our business. Weapons of mass destruction in Iraq, that's not where the attacks came from. None of that is our business. And it feels like knowing that, you know, somebody's son or somebody's brother or father or something is going to die for a conflict that genuinely doesn't have anything to do with us, I think it's a problem. And I don't think we have the authority to tell Iran what they can and can't do. I just don't think that's our place. But that's just my thoughts on it.
Enzo?
I mean, I agree with what President Trump did at the end of the day, by taking their nuclear facilities out. I don't agree with Iran, country that has been screaming death to America since 2007, that we've had multiple problems with, that are funding all of these. They're a state of terrorism at the end of the day. They fund all these terrorist groups all around the world that are first off, with the Houthis that are firing on American ships, I don't agree with that. And for them to have nuclear capabilities whatsoever, even if I don't agree with Israel saying that there's weapons of mass destruction there like they did in 2003. I completely agree there that was probably false, but for them to have any type of nuclear capability whatsoever, and to have the Fordo nuclear facility that's enriching it from, I think it was 30% to 60% or to 80%, which is damn near close to weapons grade. I don't think they should have that because, again, they're a terrorist country at the end of the day. What happens if that falls into the wrong hands? Even if it falls into the wrong hands and it's not a straight up nuke at the end of the day, they can create a dirty bomb and detonate that anywhere. And that's at the hands of whoever's in the government in Iran. That's the way that I'm looking at it. So for them to do a surgical strike like they did and not cost the lives of any servicemen whatsoever, not put troops on the ground at all, and to get away with it how they did, I completely agree with the president. I stand with the president 110%. And I'm happy as shit that we're showing force around the world again, instead of the last 4 years where it's just complete mediocrity with the military, letting countries walk all over people at the end of the day, and America not doing anything about it. America has been the bully since 1776. And I agree, America should be the bully around the world. And that's how I feel about this entire situation.
William?
Well, I'm going to tell you, man. Hey, listen. I'm down with the president 1,000%. And he showed such restraint because he gave Iran. Now, whether they have this stuff or not, obviously the president think they did. And according to his intelligence team, they do have that capability. So now he gave them 60 days at first. He said, listen, let's talk about it. Let's come to some terms. And he tried to tell him. I mean, he gave him 60 days. So on the 61st day, Israel came in and they started their bombing thing. Now, whether you like Israel or not, I mean, that ain't Israel is the people they trying to live to. So they doing whatever they do, they should do for themselves. And who can blame them? But anyway, they're our allies. So now, this is one other point now, because I kind of like this topic because and that mission, man, you see that thing, man, that was awesome. But I don't want to get into the mission too much. But the fact that Trump said, I'll give y'all 2 weeks. I'll give you 2 weeks. And then within that time, he went in on them. And, man, I'm going to tell you, that's what border, because really, they don't have much fight. And it ain't going to be, I don't see boots being on the ground and it being an all-out war. With who? And nobody is going down with Iran. Nobody, none of even the Houthi, all they little splinter groups. Hey, listen, man, they're standing alone on this one. They're standing alone. I don't see no war at all. None. No.
I just want to add one point of context. A lot of people in America, and I think this is a misconception, we throw out the weapons of mass destruction and who should and shouldn't have it. There are plenty of countries with capabilities to drop an atomic bomb. Sure. I only know of one that have. Sure. Can you name another?
Oh, no. Well, you got Pakistan. You got India.
No. Do you have another that's dropped an atomic bomb, a nuclear weapon?
No.
Country.
Not in wartime, no.
No, not at any time. No, you can't name another.
No, well,
There's only one country.
Yeah, I mean, are we counting testings?
Yeah.
We're afraid of ourselves. We're the only ones doing it.
This is the other point that I wanted to make, and then I know we got to move on. The whole thing is about strength through peace, or peace through strength. And that's what this move is about. Now, maybe they should be able to have a nuclear bomb, but this country say no nuclear bomb, no. And you hate us too? No. Can't do
my problem with that is that are we gonna sacrifice men and women who leave their home and leave their children?
Nobody's going anywhere.
That's how it started in Iran.
Nobody's going anywhere.
These ideals.
Did you hear the latest on the news? They just came to a ceasefire. No, nobody. Who would they go on the ground? Who would they go against? Who would it be against? Who would it be against?
Did you go to Desert Storm?
No, I did no storms.
My dad went to Desert Storm, so that means we've been in the Middle East. His dad went to Desert Storm. His dad went to the Middle East. That means for 3 generations of my family, the
Trump
men of
is
my family
man.
have
Trump
been
is not
going
for
to
war.
the Middle East.
Trump is not for war, man.
How is he not? What would you
His
call
last
that?
war. No, his last is that when he was in before. There were no wars. When
I'm just
Trump was
curious.
in there
I'm just
before.
All right,
asking.
we
Let
gonna
King
get to
J
it. We
go,
got it.
then you, Vulgar.
Yeah.
Go, King J.
It was a blunder. It was an absolute blunder. Later come out, find out they already moved the materials. So we showed our hand. Now they've lost track of where the materials is at. Come on, brother. Don't interrupt me. Come on, brother.
Yeah,
I've been quiet.
400 kilograms of material.
Yeah.
Please tell me how that's so much.
Let King J finish.
How could he know? How could he know
Come on.
the material?
They already came out. Come on, brother. I didn't let y'all run this little tirade that y'all want to call a talking points.
Okay.
But we know for a fact that they didn't already move the material before the boom booms got dropped because he couldn't stop running his mouth. Oh, I might not do it. They didn't take that chance. Any smart commander would move that shit. So he already made that blunder. And then on top of that, y'all talking about this ceasefire, but Iran or Israel, the two parties that's going at it, has neither nor confirmed or denied this. So
They
we
did
don't
confirm
know
it. They did
we don't
confirm
know
it.
if it's give me a second,
Right
brother.
here.
We don't know if it's true. And then
An
second
hour
of all,
ago, an Iranian official told Reuters that Tehran accepted the ceasefire.
Hold on.
Come on, I can't be quiet the whole time.
Let King J finish, and then Enzo. I want to hear about that.
I got you.
You can go after he finished to rebuttal.
Yep.
And then I find it really ironic that we're sitting here telling these folks that they can't have boom booms and all that stuff. I'm not advocating for it, but you're talking about from a group of people perspective where we have every single country that's beside them. We have went and lied about having weapons of mass destruction, went into Iraq. They had no weapons of mass destruction. No folks still ain't got no water over there. Israel is literally creating genocide over there. And to those folks, the United States will look like a threat to me. You literally told us that Iraq had boom booms. Y'all went in there and fucked it up. And now y'all are trying to do the same thing to us. I wouldn't do that. I mean, me personally, if I was on their side, that would look like a threat to me. And then on top of that, we know Israel has boom booms. We know Israel has nuclear weapons. They refuse to let inspectors in.
Okay. Is that wrapping it up? Because I'm gonna let Enzo rebuttal.
Yeah, you go ahead. He go ahead.
Cool. Right, so as of an hour ago, an Iranian official told Reuters that Tehran accepted the ceasefire proposal put forward by the United States, and that's verified from Reuters. As well as an hour ago, too, Netanyahu, right from Reuters, we have a ceasefire. So both sides agreed to it. All three sides agreed to it, right? And you want to talk about a blunder, right? How would that be a blunder when they only had 400 kilograms of uranium that they moved? Now they don't have the capabilities to make any more. So good luck with 400 kilograms. That's all you have left. They dropped the bunker busters in there that blew the entire fucking thing up at the end of the day. So why are we sitting here saying, oh, it's a blunder, when, first off, you said you were military, right? Are you active duty?
No, I'm not active.
You're active? Okay, whatever.
You don't like Trump. That's the only reason.
So,
you don't.
But then again, you're advocating. Hold on, let me finish. Real quick.
And
you're advocating for a country that is screaming death to America and will and can strike on United States soldiers and citizens. They already said, we know you have 50,000 troops in the area. Prepare 50,000 body bags and caskets for them. How the fuck are you sitting here and advocating for a country that wants to unalive Americans, that is a disgusting nation that you advocate so much for? If you gone over there as American, they would behead you in the fucking street and laugh about it. So this is complete blasphemy that we're even advocating for a country.
Have you been?
No, I haven't.
Hey,
I'm just going based off of what's going on in the world.
You tell him about the people over there. So it seemed different. You tell him about the people over there because he's been.
I'm talking about Iran. I'm talking about Iran.
All of the people over there. I think that's American propaganda.
The Iranians supposed to be some beautiful folks, man.
It's a propaganda. Like that's y'all.
No, I'm saying they're supposed to be some beautiful.
It's not propaganda when you literally see the videos coming out of Iranian state television showing it. If it was just American media saying this is what they think of us, this is what they think of us, then I would agree that's propaganda.
It's a small group.
It's the government that's there.
Who thinks that
I'm speaking about the government
and his crew. They're the ones that think that way. And then you got some homegrowns, but the Ayatollah, he is the one that is calling for death to America and death to Israel. Now, I mean, now listen, I ain't over there, so I ain't really heard him, but I've seen him on television talking like that. It could have been a fake, could have been AI. I don't know, but I saw it. I think I saw it.
I don't know about anybody else, but me personally, if I saw you attack all the countries that are surrounding me, and now you're attacking me, I wouldn't fuck with you either. That's just like you going to punch on my brothers and then me telling you I like you. No, I'm not going to like you.
But that was an interesting attack that Trump did.
We've been
He knocked out those.
I don't know if
and do you know nobody was killed? They say nobody was killed. He knocked out those through places, and they say that the bombs were so precision that nobody was killed. What do you think about that? What do you think about that? And all of this was planned so nobody would be killed.
Nobody was working there?
I thought that too. That's a good question because I thought that too. All I'm saying is, look, I don't know, but I heard that there were no casualties. Now, that's what I heard. And it seemed like it would have been somebody working there.
That might have been civilians, though. Like the people in there, they probably don't count that was running the facilities, but civilians. I think
you say they weren't civilians?
No, the people that probably
they were like
unalive
they needed some of that bomb, huh?
Yeah, they probably were there working. Gray, what were you going to say?
No, I was saying you could take your turn because I know you didn't get to go.
I'm just letting everybody else go, but I mean, so the reason why I think Iran was trying to save face when they said they moved the materials and stuff. I'm a nerd. I don't know if y'all know what a centrifuge is or how it works. A centrifuge is huge and it's hard to build and you need it. What a centrifuge does, if you're in medical, you probably know this. It just spins stuff and molecules and stuff have weight to it. So it spins enough to where uranium will separate. That's how you enrich. You basically separate uranium and then when you enrich it to plutonium, depending on what you're trying to build, right? So it takes a lot to build this. And if they blew that up, it doesn't matter if they move the uranium or the plutonium or whatever, because you can't do nothing with it by itself. It has to be enriched. I think it's like 60 to 90%. For civilian electrical use, it's around 3 to 10% or something like that. So that's when the US noticed that they were enriching past that. And then I think they were saying something about a space program or something like that. All of it just came back to their building nuclear materials. And then when you have, so everybody's saying like Trump is starting World War III. I think differently too. And the reason why, and when people say peace through strength, I'm red pill. And Gray's going to say this after I start talking. So let me go ahead and announce it myself first. I put everything in red pill perspective. If you're a man's man and you lead, there's consequences for certain things. If you don't have these consequences, like say you're dealing with a woman will play you and leave you on and you'll tell her to do something. If you tell her to do something and she keeps doing it and you really don't give her a consequence or leave or break up, she's going to keep doing it. That's what happened with Obama, with that first deal where we were just giving them gifts and praising them, telling them we're sorry, whatever. That's the whole thing about liberals. It's like they're not tough. And Iran is like, okay, we're going to play into this deal. They say they're going to come check our nuclear sites, but they probably really not. We just going to sneak this facility in this mountain and then play along with it. Is where you get somebody like Trump that came in after Obama and got rid of that deal, damn near bankrupt the country. They couldn't do shit. Then you got Biden come back again, and now he's being like a beta male, trying to play with them. You can't play with them like that. You can't reason with them. You have to lead through. They only respect strength. So I knew when this happened that they were gonna. I think when Trump killed, what was the dude name, Soleimani or whatever it was.
Yep. Soleimani.
Iran retaliated, blew up some shit that didn't even matter, and then was like, all right, we cool. What just happened? They sent some shit to Qatar, whatever, and now they're surrender. It's the same playbook because they're not going to play with Trump like that. So the thing is, you spent maybe 30, 40 million to do this attack versus the liberals and the Democrats, Obama and Biden which will give them billions to try to make a peace deal. It doesn't work. And the thing is, we have that weapon. We are at the top of the food chain. You got to pay the cost to be the boss. So it's matter. Y'all might not like it, but guess what? As America and us having this nuclear capability, us being the leading military, we gonna have to go bully some people to stay at the top. If we start trying to be friendly to everybody and be equal and kumbaya, everybody's out for themselves. Not everybody's gonna be like, you know what, we respect America and leave them at the top. No, they're gonna take advantage, like China did, take our technology, start building their own military, and try to overthrow us. You gotta pay the cost to stay in first place. And you know what? It might mean some lives. I hate to say that, but that is nature and reality.
Doc, I'm gonna let you respond. Hold on, I'm gonna let Doc respond here, but I always do this after every vulgar rant. If you're watching right now, subscribe and hit that notification bell. Go ahead and respond, Doc.
I agree with you on some of the points. I do think Democrats are too far on one end of the spectrum, but I think people miss that Republicans are too far on the other end of the spectrum. And I think what people miss and the ideal that doesn't sit with people is they say we're gonna have to do something. I don't think it's our business. I think it's a conflict that they would sort out themselves if given the chance. And my problem is that Trump, as well as most of the people who support Trump, as well as most of those people, when they say we have to, they don't mean we. They mean Jay, they mean William, they mean Gray, they mean me. It's a very small percentage of the American people who join the military. So when they say me, I just get it's a bad feeling that somebody who doesn't understand what it's gonna feel like is gonna make the decision to get rid of Rykov's life, cause Rykov his life, to cause Bruce Sean Anderson his life. He ain't gonna never come home and hug his mom over something that they could sort out themselves. And I don't think it's our place sometimes. But I think the money that has been spent to put these people in power, we don't have regular people looking out for just regular Americans anymore. The money that's been spent to put these people in power, they got ideals from their constituents that lead us there. And I think that's the problem. So it's a problem with both parties, but I think that's the problem.
Well, you have any more clips, right? I'm gonna do the final thoughts early since there's so many of us.
I do have I don't know if y'all seen the clip. They were saying it was the aftermath of the bombs hitting. I guess the crater that was left behind. I could play that real quick and then we could do the final thoughts.
Yeah, do the final thoughts. All right, cool.
Yeah.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. هذا يقولوا لا غير يخسس هو اللي يخسس. غارقة هذه نعوموا فيها؟ غارقة ولا لا؟ ماشي غارقة يمكن. ماشي غارقة هذه. صوتي؟
Sure, yeah, Vo, that was definitely a good clip. William, you are our guest tonight, so give us your final thoughts on, everything we talked about, and as well, let us know what you thought of the Man Cave.
Well, I enjoyed it, man. I tell you, man. But you know what was just fascinating watching that clip was it looked like the bomb slid the ground instead of going directly down. It looked like it slid the ground. Now, I don't know, but it looked like it. I wonder if anybody saw that too. It looked like it didn't go down. It went like slid the ground and went. But look, man, I really look. First of all, I appreciate it, man. I thank you. I thank you for even thinking about me, man, and invite me. And I enjoyed everything. I enjoyed the conversation. There are various thoughts out here, man, but the one good thing is that we are Americans, man. And man, what a great country this is for us. This is and everybody, we all, and I don't like to get into that identity politics. We black man, white man, all that. I don't, but we're a bunch of black men on this panel, and we have to we got to come to some conclusions about things. I mean, we do. And we may not come to the right conclusions, but we it's good to talk about it and have a dialogue, and then try to understand some things, man. I think that's most important. And me being the old head, the OG on the panel, man, I look, man, I'm proud of all y'all guys, man. I mean, y'all trying to talk about some things, y'all trying to make some things happen, and that's a beautiful thing, man. And thanks again, I appreciate it.
Most definitely. Doc came on here once, but he barely stayed on. Doc, what's your final thoughts on what you think of the man cave?
Oh man, it's a blessing to be here with y'all, man. I thank y'all for having me. I had a great time. Different points of view. I think that's the beauty of America too, man. We all got these different ideals and different thoughts. And I see people at these protests waving every flag, but I think we all should be lucky to be America. Whether that's Trump the president, Biden the president, Obama, whoever. I think it's just a blessing to be able to get on here and do this. And this is something you can do in America. So man, we live in the best country in the world, man. It's a blessing. I thank y'all for having me.
Yeah,
for sure. Slim just came back from Africa. He was gone for a while. Welcome back, Slim. How was your trip, and what's your final thoughts?
Oh man, the trip was good. A lot of things, man. As Americans, we need to appreciate, bro. That's the first thing I'm gonna say. The little things we need to appreciate, and I could go in a little, but there's some things that'll blow your mind. But I do believe we are in the best country on the planet. It's unfortunate that we can't stick together on a lot of things, but it is a blessing to have different opinions, and we can have these dialogues and get to learn. William, you opened my mind to a lot of things, brother. I appreciate you being on.
Thank
I
you.
really took in what you were saying, and I'm gonna be real with you. It's exactly how I feel.
Thank
And
you.
when I talk to these young brothers too, man, I get the attitudes, the mood swings, and all that. But again, this is why we have to continue to talk and just be logical and don't run off emotion. And that's what the Democrats do. They prey on emotions, man. And black people, we got some emotions, man. We turn up for anything. But we just gotta sit back and relax, think about it, listen to what's going on, see what's going on. And everybody ain't trying to hurt you every time. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Man cave.
Sure. Enzo, you almost on here as much as me. What's your final thoughts? I know you say the same thing every time.
Oh yeah, like I always say, it's always a great episode. Happy to be here. Doc, William, thank you guys for being here, and everybody that's on the panel, thank you for your service, most importantly. All I can really say is I just hate the division that's going on in America still. Like, Donald Trump brokered peace between Israel and Iran. Regardless if you don't like Israel, so be it. We should all come together on that, Republicans, Democrats, whatever it is, and be like, okay, good. We actually have somebody who's doing something, regardless whoever is in office. Just because you don't like Trump is not enough. Like, seriously, put your bias to the side of he's a Republican or he's or because you just don't like the guy because he's a color of orange, whatever it is. We're all Americans at the end of the day. We all need to come together, regardless whoever's in office, and focus on what is best for America. My eyes, what actually happened over the weekend is best for America. Everyone's going to have their own opinions. Everyone's going to think otherwise. That's perfectly fine at the end of the day. That's what makes us great. We all think differently. We all come here with the same ideas, with different ideas, and we come together at the end of the day. That's what America is being about. So with that being said, hope everyone had a great night.
Yeah.
For sure. King J, the newest addition to the Man Cave. He actually works with Skeptic. She's on a new party. King J, what's your final thoughts?
It was good being on the show with y'all. Drop me a follow on TikTok. Red is the new orange. I will say this. I think that and I'm just speaking for the black community when I say this. I think that for us to get in a better place, America has to address the racial issues. It's been nothing but 100 years of it, and it didn't just go away overnight. That's it. Appreciate y'all. Everybody was good.
For sure. My final thoughts is Shout out to Doc and William. Thank y'all for coming on. You know, it was great having you guys and hearing y'all thoughts. Thank you to the panel. I know these discussions, you know, very passionate. And I know that like you guys are for real. You guys are really mean what you say. Y'all not just, you know, pretending. So we really put in the energy and stuff into this, and you know, our views been going up. We get more engagement. So shout out to you guys. The new party is going to be talking about sleeper cells tomorrow. So come back at 8 p.m. We go live Monday through Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So definitely come check us out and keep rocking with us, Man Cave. Vulgar.
All right. Parties aside, we got to understand. I don't think a lot of people know how deep our current state is. We are the first, or at least we're the only known species in history that have the capability to wipe ourselves out and to wipe out the planet. It's like the world called a virus that we can't get rid of. And what's that virus? That virus are nuclear weapons. And it's basically you can't cure it, so you have to take like a cyclovir or whatever it is, an antiviral. And what that is, y'all may not like this. Y'all may think America is being a bully, but America started this. And because the stakes are so high that if every country or countries who don't show themselves to be responsible, some places like Iran, I'm not saying whether they are or not, I'm just saying they get this type of capability, they might not be as responsible or understand the stakes as we do, or as Russia do, or as China do. We have shown restraint with these weapons because we're still here. So feelings aside, we do have to pay the cost to be the boss, and we have to keep that virus under wraps and control. So like I said, y'all may not like it, y'all may think we bullies, but I think what we should be focusing on is having people in office who that's their focus is to make sure that this capability or this never happens, that we never have to use them to destroy ourselves. And somebody like Trump has shown this could have been a 30-year war. Let's hope this ceasefire stays in place and is a permanent thing. But this could have went out for years like other presidents have done, and it could have been for money. But for this guy to do what he did, for Trump to do what he did, and have a ceasefire that's quick and put it under, we got to give him some credit there and understand the stakes. All right, y'all.
For sure. I'll play the outro. Y'all have a good